Bună dimineața, sunt Patrick, îmi pare bine. Good morning for my native-speaking Romanian friends. My apologies for butchering your beautiful language. Standing before you today on this stage, the same stage that I stood on approximately a year ago, I would not have been expecting to say these things to you. We live in a time where politicians, world leaders can issue their own tokens and make billions from them. We live in a time where a robbery can be for $1.5 billion worth of tokens, and we don't know who did it. We live in a time where we're told that blockchain intelligence is our silver bullet. It'll solve all of our problems, the same way all of the global problems will be solved with a silver bullet. Now, you and I both know instinctively, in our heart of hearts, that can't possibly be true. There are no easy fixes, no easy solutions. I am Patrick, the General Counsel for ChainArgos, and also the co-founder of the Blockchain Intelligence Academy, a shared initiative with ICI Bucharest, whom we are privileged to partner. It is an immense privilege to stand before you today at this pivotal moment in our history and for our industry. We gather at a time when blockchain technology and crypto assets have moved from the fringes to the forefront of finance, from the governed to governance, and more critically, from commerce to criminal activity. The promise of blockchain, its transparency and immutability is double-edged. While offering unprecedented opportunities, it also presents novel challenges in identifying illicit activities. Where I grew up in the United States of America, today we seem quite comfortable to deny fundamental rights and liberties of individuals, oftentimes based on this panacea of blockchain intelligence, which in many cases, the very people who are prosecuting these cases, the very members of law enforcement, don't fully understand how these things work. They exist in black boxes because we want them to. If we say that blockchain has transparency, why should it be that blockchain intelligence is held to a different standard? If we insist on transparency from our public servants, from our politicians, then surely we should insist on the same level of transparency from our blockchain intelligence service providers. Today, I want to focus on 3 pillars I believe are fundamental to the advancement and integrity of the blockchain intelligence practice. First, the importance of blockchain data interoperability. And for this, the easiest and most obvious and most recent occurrence was the Bybit hack, which everybody was very quick to blame on North Korea. And North Korea is the perfect boogeyman because they're not going to say they didn't do it. They're not going to say they did do it. So if I was a thief, that is exactly how I would want to make my crime look. I would want it to be pinned on a boogeyman that wouldn't deny or admit it. Some of the claimed intelligence that pointed to the DPRK in that $1.5 billion Bybit hack used the exact same methodologies that have been available on open source platforms since 2018. All I'm bringing into question when we talk about interoperability is how do we know? Every time we get a result, we should be asking ourselves, how do we know? So as the digital landscape becomes increasingly interconnected, the ability to seamlessly exchange and understand blockchain data across different platforms and jurisdictions is paramount. That's why we're here today. We're here to build those bridges. We're here to achieve that goal of data interoperability. We've seen the initial steps in this direction with the development of structured formats for exchanging attribution tags, which enhances consistency and collaboration. However, we must strive for broader standardization efforts, resulting in universally adopted data formats and taxonomies to truly unlock the power of shared intelligence. Second, a commitment to transparency and open standards. At ChainArgos and the Blockchain Intelligence Academy, I am proud to say that we firmly believe in building blockchain intelligence on established math and forensic science in service of the truth, moving away from pseudo-science and questionable methods that have not been subject to empirical testing. Our mission at the Blockchain Intelligence Academy and our motto is training in service of the truth. We live in a world where truth has become relative, but we have the opportunity to use blockchain technology to make what is relative, objective, and come back to the table to have a meaningful dialogue. This commitment to open standards will build trust and ensure that our findings are reliable and admissible in court, especially where it has the potential to impact civil liberties. If we are locking up our citizens on the basis of blockchain intelligence, then they and ourselves owe a higher duty that we act in service of that truth. Third and finally, we must highlight the importance of developing robust blockchain intelligence methodologies that are rigorously tested and verified. As our colleague Nikos mentioned earlier, there is no regulation in this industry. My opinion is just as valid as yours. That doesn't necessarily make mine the truth. But we have a rare and unique opportunity today to get to that truth. We need to embrace blockchain technology as a data science task, not one that's made up on hokum and opinion. We need to leverage advanced tools and techniques, subject these tools and techniques to rigorous and resilient testing, and then finally ensure that our insights are not based on intuition, but on verifiable scientific principles. Finally, as we embark on this journey together, I want to draw your attention to the Blockchain Intelligence Professionals Association. They have a booth outside. This association aims to foster a community of professionals adhering to high standards, promoting awareness, facilitating open discussion on best practices, and ultimately working together to reduce the use of blockchain technology and crypto assets for illicit activity. Under the auspices of this association, I urge each and every industry stakeholder to join ChainArgos in signing a pledge proposed by the Blockchain Intelligence Professionals Association to commit to the principles of blockchain data interoperability, transparency, and open standards, and the development of rigorously tested methodologies. By uniting under these three goals, we can collectively elevate the field of blockchain intelligence and better serve the cause of truth and security in this digital age. I thank you for your presence here today. This is a mission that we as a company and I personally believe in, and I think we can do it. So let us work together to build a future where blockchain intelligence is a force for good, grounded in collaboration, transparency, and scientific rigor, and not based on trust me, bro. Thank you.